Well, there we are. I didn't think I was going to start for a minute. Listen, I want to talk about something real quick, and I'm going to keep this short because it's, well, first of all, Grand Rising. I hope everybody woke up today, and I hope you woke up being you. That's all I ever wanted from anybody, was to be yourself. And we see some people out here being themselves because they're lost. They're lost. And, but this left-right divide thing, man, it went way too far a long time ago when they branched it off into this liberals being weirdos and, excuse me, being weirdos and wanting all these things for all these unnatural reasons and blah, blah, blah. Killing babies and taking away our guns. That used to be the only two things. The right wing out here, you can say what you want, but your leadership is pushing for a white nationalist Christian America. We ain't gonna have that. This country was not founded on that. It's never gonna be that way. There's more than enough proof and evidence out there through history that certain types of immigration have made us stronger. That yes, being armed against a tyrannical government, and now you got a tyrannical government, and wow, you're blaming the fucking left. Now that's been done to you. You've been programmed into this shit. And from somebody that has sat on the outside looking in to society my whole entire life, I have the luxury of pointing out the truths of each side. So I'm going to point out a few things here real quick, and maybe, just maybe, this will help you unite. Unity is what's going to take this down. Unity is what's going to make us self-sustaining. I will agree. The government, the left wing made it very easy for people to become needy of a government. But the right wing did the same thing. It's the same old game. They make one person out to be a minority, and then they coddle them with a few little dollars and a little bit of crumbs of food. And I hate you, how you doing, honey? And the right wing, that's just to make the people, you're all working class. But they got you, the people that's out there working and paying taxes and being the good American, the red, white, and blue American. And you're thinking, I'm paying for these people. You ain't paying for nothing. You're paying for the interest rate on the Federal Reserve Bank loans that this government takes out in your name. That's not even in your name. It's your name in all capital letters. You're straw man. We can talk about that later, but you know about that. Okay? Both sides have played the other side very well. You had the 8 years of Obama where laws were getting changed, but they never enforced them at that point in time. All right? The same thing with the Bush administration, just like the national ID. That was made law in 2005. They waited until 2025 to push it. 20 years. Their laws and their plans work on 10-year plans. Okay? Every time they make one, they're thinking of 10 years into the future. And you think, well, these people are, they're going to get old. They won't never see this. We don't know that. There's more than enough evidence, if it was really looked into. From 1927 until today, I had a book that said it, where Rockefeller's head physician of the Rockefeller Institute said there was no physiological reason why the human being cannot live to be 150 years old. And they were trying to stretch that. And I think they have. But that's what I think. Let's just get back to the left-right divide and how we can bring this together. Okay? Now, roughly about 35 to 40% of Americans are actually involved into this voting thing. Okay? The rest of us sit back to 60-65% that I always call the beautiful 65, but that big beautiful Bill kind of messed that up. And hey, Robin, hey, Kelly, how y'all doing? We sit back and look at it, but actually, being one of those in the 65%, we don't do a whole bunch but bitch at both sides for being stupid. So you got 65% of us that do nothing and 35% of us that vote for us to do nothing. Because we're not doing nothing. We're getting further and further away from each other. I can't have that. I wasn't born into that. I didn't live the first 10 years of my life like that. I was in community. mixed people. Black, Cherokee, white. We all got together. We all had one common bond. If we didn't come together, we would not eat. We would starve. Nobody was landowners. Nobody was rich. The people tried to work their best that they could. It was pulpwood jobs and stuff like that, working on farms. Wow, at 5 years old, I was taught by an old black man how to get possums out of a barn. That's why I'm surviving this right now. Because wow, when you're born into poverty, poverty is not such a bad thing. When you don't know that there's all these bells and whistles and all these gadgets and gizmos and bling bling you can buy with this money that's faker than fuck, that's got us into more trouble than anything else, then wow, there you go. A very pathetic situation, sister. Very, very pathetic. So, but there's a way out of it. All right, with the left wing. Quit trying to bubble wrap everybody. The world is hard. We have to fight sometimes. We want to preserve life the best we can. You don't make things easy. That way people won't get into situations. If you make a situation easy to get out of, like a pregnancy, so to speak, and you make it just as easy to get out of, that they got into it, then wow, they're not going to have any responsibility. You got to have responsibility for your actions. Now, that's not saying that somebody can't go do what they want to do. That's not the American way. When the right wing says you can't, you're going to cause people to be born that you're not going to take care of when they become foster children. So shut the fuck up. It's neither one of y'all's problem. The problem is a societal problem when it comes to abortion. We have not made it. Why don't you teach people how to fuck? That's what you do. But not in the school, in the home. Now, the liberals, the left wing, I'm just going to refer to it as left wing and right wing. And hey, Scott, here, say, yeah, how y'all doing? Bam, Scott, that's why everybody's in fucking debt. You've been advertised to, but we'll get to that part. But, we take this thing where the left and the right wing. The left wing, you want to coddle everything. You make excuses for stuff. You keep people down by handing them handouts. You don't offer jobs. You offer food stamps. You offer a pay. That's emergency stuff when things crash around. That's a very good system in place. Social Security for older people is that we pay into, by the way. It's not some federal benefit, right wing. And you're a part of this. Because, see, that's the thing. You're all working class or poor. Ain't none of you sons of bitches out there rich. Hey, T, how y'all doing? You're not rich. You're not billionaires. You're not millionaires. But you pull for them. This whole thing, is slave mentality. I love the master. The more I love the master, the more I kiss his ass, the less he'll beat me. But you're being beaten now, aren't you, slave? You right-wing slaves, you're being beaten now. You're being cheated. The children don't have a future, just like the left-wingers. Now, one of the things about the left wing is they always taking care of the working class or the poor, supposedly. And that's their way of getting money in there. And that's taking fringe off of. Fine, we all get that now. But there still was money going to the people when they needed it. All right? We could have ended the slavery, the 160-something-year-old slavery debate a long time ago by saying that was not us. That may have been my ancestors. That may have been your ancestors. But what are we going to do about it today? I've never coddled black folks, and yet I'm invited to all the barbecues because I understand what it's like to be kept down. I understand what it's like to be looked at as the lowest piece of trash in a fucking community. So do they. And they're looked at that way because fear is promoted on the black man. Fear is promoted and guilt is promoted on the red man and the black man. You're scared. They say they use terms like military age men. So everybody that's brown, you'd be afraid of. And look where that happened. Look where that went. Now they're rounding up good people. White people. They're going to get whoever they want. We're back in Nazi Germany. How did we go back to 1933? I want to know that. How the fuck did we go back there? We're supposed to go forward, progressives, not backwards. And if you're not going to stand up as a senator or as a congressman or as anybody in the government, left wing, and defend the people, then get your fucking ass out of there, coward. You're allowing all this shit to happen up there, all this shit that's being passed right now, all this fucking tyranny falls on your shoulders. Not the people that's doing it, because if people would stop it, it would not happen. So it's not being stopped. Now, you right-wingers, you're like, well, Bill, they're all immoral. They want transgender rights. They want to do all this, that, and other. Okay, yes, you're right. You're right. You're fucking right. But they're still people. They were poisoned. They've been poisoned in the brain. That was what these left-wing sickos did. Just like the right-wing sickos are trying to normalize pedophilia by saying at least it's not 8-year-olds. You know, they was like pre-adults. They were kids. They're considered kids until they're 18 years old. That's when they can join the military. Can't have a beer, but they can go kill somebody, can't they? You know, the whole thing's fucked up. But the people that you're so afraid of, the homosexuals, the transgender people, they were tricked into that. A sick society makes sick people. But the chemicals, atrazine, the food, the water, has caused a lot of people to be confused about who they are. Instead of seeing the reality of that right wing, instead of taking them into your all-white fucking congregation at your motherfucking church and saying, God, please heal these people, please give us an answer, you condemn them. And you went and you re-voted in a pedophile, misogynist piece of shit. And look what he's doing. The American farmers out there, fuck you. I hope you fucking starve. But guess what? Really, I don't. That's my anger speaking. It's your stupidity. Now you've lost all your workers, all the people that were here working legally. The workforce from immigration, it's not immigration. They're just workers from Mexico. They come up, they work, they do the fields, they go back home. They pay taxes, which was a big part of our income in America, by the way. Big part. Now, nobody's doing that. We've allowed both sides of this government, you Democrats that did not fight against this in the Senate, to export all our oil, all our resources, all our food, and we import all this cheap shit from China that's supposed to be an enemy from anywhere. The Ukraine, all these other places. That's where our wheat comes from, by the way. Now it's coming from Russia. Washington, the state of Washington, is the only place in America that basically grows wheat anymore. And it goes to the Pacific Islands, China, Japan, not us. There's very few farmers out there. The one man here just recently, he grows, he harvests pecans, peanuts, and corn. And the government wants him to sell it to them for pennies, so them corporate-owned bastards can turn around and sell it overseas for megabucks. What did he do? He changed his thinking. He changed his way of being. He changed. He started grinding his own corn. He makes his own cornmeal, his own grits. He makes his own peanut butter. He sells his pecans to people privately. Now, he's doing well now. He took his livelihood away from the government. You got to take your livelihood away from the government because they're giving you death. Slow, torturous, evil death. These people are pure sickos. The ones up there that aren't billionaires or millionaires are now millionaires because they've been paid off. Or they've been taken to places like Epstein Island or whatever they do over there in Israel and had them fucking animals and kids, and now they blackmail them. So they're not your representative. They're representatives of evil. That's from a brother that lives on the outside looking in at y'all. Now you're going to have to stop this shit. You're going to have to find a way, whether you like them or not, you're going to have to find a way of loving another American for being American. We were born here. You couldn't choose your mom, your dad, the state you was born in, the country you was born in, the religious order that you were going to sooner or later be brainwashed into believing. All you hardcore Christians, if you was born in Iraq or Iran or Saudi Arabia, you'd be Muslim. If you were born in China, you would be state-controlled religion, which is, wow, Eastern disciplines. You get it? If you were born in Israel, you'd be Judea, not Hebrew. And you Christians out there, the Bible did not tell you to support anything that killed other people and wiped them out. But you got the wrong people you're supporting. You're supporting Eastern Europeans, not Hebrews. Because Hebrews are what the Palestinians are. Hebrews are black people also. Think about that. When God said you're going to be, he's going to scatter you to the corners of the earth, flat earthers, and he was going to put you in bed with your fucking enemies. Look at the plight of the black man for the last 400 years. And tell me who the fucking Hebrews are now. But that don't matter. That's semantics, because we're people. We are people. We the people. And we have lost our fucking way. Some of you wanted to lose your way. You wanted to hate other people. You're homophobic, or you're scared of other races. You've been programmed into that. That's why I have this much fucking empathy left for you. Maybe this much. It's winding down, by the way. Because you can't stop running your mouth when you can't even afford to feed your mouth. You can't afford to feed your kid's mouth. You can't afford your house payment. You can't afford to pay electricity on a grid that is fucking falling down and crumbling around us. You can't afford to pay a water bill that castrates your kids, that poisons their brain, that makes you a subhuman servant to these new world order fucks that want to kill all of us. Left wing, right wing, and the chicken wings. So I'm going to say it, and I don't like to say it, but I don't go around pointing fingers unless they've been pointed at me first. Our beautiful 65%. We're the chicken wings, because we just sit back and watch this shit. We have to stand up and live by example. We have to tell our right-wing brothers and our left-wing sisters out here, they've got to stop. You don't just sit there and laugh at it when it's funny or get mad at it when it ain't. You tell them both to fucking stop. You're going to have Christmas coming up soon. The conversations are going to go political. There's going to be a left-wing libtard right there at the table with some right-wing nut job right there at the table, and they're going to dominate the conversation. That's when you stand up and you say, stop. In the name of love and all that's good. In the name of unity of the United States of America, stop what you're doing. And I'm going to tell y'all, stop what you're doing, and stop what you're not doing. Be vocal. It's not just that our country's about to be taken over by these whoever they are. It's us, y'all. We're suffering while they have big giant parties and build big ballrooms, and you can blame it on Trump. They know Trump. Wow, he's like the fucking Pied Piper. It's a name, it's a brand. But some of us see it for what it really is, and some of y'all really, and you're still waiting for him to do something decent. You're waiting for that $2,000 tariff check. You're waiting for that $5,000 Doge check. That was a billionaire that you let run through our government. From South Africa, a part of the BRICS alliance. Were you not thinking? No, you wasn't. You were hating. Because it made the liberals mad. And when you got something that makes the right wing mad, like transgender rights or something, then you rub it in on them. And you laugh at them crying. And they laugh when you're crying. And I told all of y'all a long time ago, the same thing that makes you fucking laugh will make you fucking cry. Well, your back and forth tennis match from hell needs to fucking stop. Now who's gonna stop it? The 65%. I'm challenging you. Matter of fact, I've never done this before in my fucking life out here. I demand, in the name of all that's good, that you stop these conversations, that you bring these people back to their fucking senses. You do everything in your fucking power, whether you think you're powerless or not. You stand up and say, this is fucking wrong. You're destroying our country, not Donald Trump, not the fucking paid off senators. You are destroying our country by going along with it. So fucking stop. You will stop in my house or your house or at this table or we won't eat another bite. I'll throw the fucking food that costs so much in your fucking face. Until you listen. Shove it down their fucking throats like they shoved it down ours. They shoved that fucking shit, the left-wing fucking political motherfuckers. You shoved it down our throats. You right-wing cocksuckers. You shoved it down our throats. Whereas we're gonna shove liberty, freedom, and justice down your goddamn throat. And what I want first is the fucking justice. Who decided that they could spray the skies? Who decided that they could wrap a microwave frequency system around our country? Who decided that? The government. We've given them too much fucking leeway. You're clinging on to them. They don't need you no more. That's why they're dropping women's rights. They're dropping voting rights for black folks. That's why they're demonizing the Somalis so they can make all the other black folks leave the country too. That were born here. They were born here, y'all. Their ancestors were brought here, not like yours. You were kicked out of fucking Europe, by the way. They were sold by their own people. Now they came here and had to do what they had to do. They overcame. But then the government around 1964, with a big-time fucking racist named Lyndon B. Johnson, bastardized the Civil Rights Act. Made them dependents, minorities. They said, you're lesser, so we're going to protect you. You're lesser! Minority means lesser! No, they're equal. You sisters, you're equal. You people that come here and with the intent on having a better job, coming from war-torn countries, poverty-stricken countries, which we are now, by the way. Wouldn't know why you want to come here, but you came here. You worked hard for it. You deserve to be here. You're an American citizen. I'm not a citizen. I'm not a white nationalist. I'm an American nationalist. I was just born here. I denounced my citizenship to the federal government back in 1992. And not as a sovereign citizen. That's a trap. That's a game. You just don't have any dealings with the federal government. Who would want to have dealings with the federal government right now? What have they done for you? You ask them that at the dinner table on Christmas dinner. What have they really done for you? When they say, oh, well, they're done this, they're keeping the transgenders out, they closed the borders. Borders are the walls of prisons. Dumb fuck. You stupid dumb fuck. Borders are the walls of the prison that we live in. You think you're free? You're on a human farm, slave. You're nothing but cattle to these people. And they don't need you no more. They don't need any of us. You think you're needed by these people? Wow, that's what you get for thinking when you ain't fucking used to it. So get used to thinking. Go to the thinking practice field and practice fucking hard. Because you're going to have an opportunity to come up here December 25th, roughly. When families come together, you really bring a family together. Not by tearing them apart. By laying out the unadulterated truth in front of them. We are slaves. They are killing us. They're lying to you. They're not going to give you nothing. Why do you want a handout when you complain about other people getting handouts? We no longer cuddle our brother. We strengthen him. We build them up. And then you got a country. No other nation would ever come here before World War II. Why would they come here now? They didn't come here before World War II. Why? After destroying the naval fucking fleet. Why didn't they come here? Because behind every blade of grass would be a rifle. If the Japanese admiral feared us that much, why doesn't our government fear us that much? Say! Why doesn't our government fear us? Why hasn't any enemy ever broken our shoreline? because the United States Army, the Marines, the Air Force, the Navy. Sorry. We the people are all for those things. We are the Army. We are the Navy. We are the Marines. We are the Air Force. We are the Coast Guard. We are the police. We are the people of we the people. You know why I'm so pissed off about this? Because I see arguing amongst us, the bickering, the petty fucking shit. When the whole time you're very brilliant people. I mean, any two of you could come together and drop your bullshit and come up with solutions. Any 2 or 3 or 4 of y'all could come together and you would be powerful. You could change the minds and the hearts of our brothers and sisters out here. You could show them the way. But you choose to bicker or laugh at the other side when they're down and out and cry when they have you down and out. You're a bunch of fucking sniveling babies. Now you need to go be put in a big fucking nap. And when you wake up, you stand up. You fight back. You unite with the regular man. And you denounce these rich cocksuckers that have taken over our republic. Sadly, I served this country. I regret it now. But I will say this. I was in boot camp. And when I was on the ship, I'd be around 1,000 motherfuckers I didn't like. But I had every one of their backs, and every one of them had my fucking back. We're called dogs. We're called squids. We're called jarheads. We're called bluebellies. We could call each other that, but you call one of our brothers that, and you'd lay down on the ground and fucking bleed. Where'd that come from? Hard fucking training. Breaking a man down. Getting rid of his racism, his bigotry, his fucking hatred for another man, and showing him his raw, beaten down self. And then they build him up. Now you take your family to boot camp. You take your friends, your loved ones, your unlikables, you take them to boot camp. You break them down and you build them up. You left wing quit trying to bubble wrap the fucking world. You're making weak children that's going out into a hard fucking world. You right wing, united we stand. You ain't the only motherfuckers in this country. And by the way, y'all were the ones that were mouthy about getting this global pedophile ring, yet every day I see an article where some MAGA supporter, some MAGA Christian, some MAGA motherfucker has done raped another child. Get your fucking party in straight if you're going to keep a party. Admit when somebody's done something wrong. Denounce it. Take them to justice and don't allow them to be pardoned by another fucking criminal. You understand that? And admit the facts, that the facts are about your man is he's a figurehead piece of shit criminal. Incestuous, misogynist piece of shit. He hates your fucking guts. He was never accepted by this society. And that's why, just like Bill Gates was never accepted by the crowd, Elon Musk was never accepted by the crowd. None of Peter Thiel. They were all little weirdo freaks when they were younger. When they got money. That's why they gave these people the ability to be billionaires. Because they are sociopaths. They hate you because they can't be like you. Why do you think the ultra-rich always try to hang out with the celebrities or other people, sports stars, stuff like that? Huh? Why do you think they pay them so much? Because they like them. They like their pet fucking American. They like their pet football player, their pet musician, their pet actor. Well, I ain't a fucking pet. Are you a fucking pet? Think about that. American, brother, sister. Are you a fucking pet? Or are you a fucking human? With universal rights to freedom, liberty, justice, and equality. When you look across the table, in any place you sit down, and you see another person that don't look like you, you remember that they are you, and you are them. We're the working class. We build nations. We don't allow some fucking jackasses to come in and fool us and poison us and kill our kids and take away everything that we built and claim it as their own. You understand me? We don't do that. So stop what you're fucking doing. Reevaluate who the fuck you are. Get your head out of your fucking ass. Now go on and on. Black, white, red, yellow, brown, I don't give a fuck. You got a heart? You got a soul? Then lock on with theirs, because they got it too. Quit looking at each other as being different and looking at us all being in the same boat. Why do you think they demonized Dr. King? Why do you think they want to erase his memory? If he didn't say anything else you could appreciate, he said one thing. It doesn't matter what ship you came in on. We're all in the same fucking boat now. So pick up an oar and start rowing or jump the fuck out and drown. I no longer give a fuck. I don't care if you die. I care if you live. So you live, but you live free. So when you die living. And you stop living in fear of each other. And don't fear these motherfuckers up there. There's roughly 5,000 of them total around the world. There's 7+ billion of us. I kind of like those odds. You want to leave it to America? There's 330 million Americans. There's 1 million police and National Guard that are armed. That's 330 to 1 odds. I like them odds too. I'm not your enemy. I may not be your friend, but I'll always be your fucking brother. Whether you like me, love me, hate me, it don't matter. I want to see you be free. You live your way, and you let me live my fucking way. And we don't have anybody come between us ever again. Ever again. I've about had enough of this. I want to take up arms, but I ain't stupid. That's what they want us to do. All we have to do is turn our backs on them and turn our face to each other. Get a big hug in if you can. Say that you're sorry and mean it. And stand together. United we stand, divided we fall. That's one of the very few truths they ever gave to us. Read it, know it, live it. Don't live in fear. I say this out of love, but it's a tough love. Now, I don't really like a whole bunch of people, but I love every one of you to death. You remember that. You just remember that part. If I can do it, so can you. Peace. Not today. Not today.